Generic greetings and welcome to Construction Plus Prison Architect Alpha 31 episode 2. In the previous episode we planned out the prison, there it is there, and this episode we're going to be building, well, not all of it obviously, but we'll be building a lot of it. We won't be getting prisoners this episode, but hopefully we'll get the cells put in, the canteen put in, and all of the things that we need to do. So first things first, reports, and then 2 grants, and then we're going to get ourselves a basic detention centre grant and then an administration grant there. And it sounds like there's some planning going on. It's because I had the planning tool open, so you could see this when I clicked on DAS reports. So let us go to materials and then we'll go to the fence. Now, I am putting a fence around this area here, basically the outside of the prison. However, please understand that it will be changed to almost certainly a... I guess we'll go with a perimeter wall eventually, but that will be in the future because we don't have enough money. So unpaused it, and as you can see there's lots of workers jumping off there to place some fence. We'll speed up to max speed, and then obviously we've got a lot of brick and pallet and other things to unload. So last episode obviously we planned all of this out here, and like all the construction series, the whole point is that we get your feedback and things like that, and you know, lots and lots of comments. In fact, the last episode of Prison Architect is probably the most watched in a long while, in several series in fact. So obviously it's a death row that's brought people in, but a lot of comments regarding the prison and the layout, and for the most part, as far as I can tell, there's no changes to implement. There was a couple of things that people said, oh, you might want to move this to here, but there was nothing that said, hang on, this is broken, you should be able to do that, you should do this, this, and this. A lot of the feedback was, as I expected, oh, you should do this, but I'm not too sure if that works with the death row. So a lot of people making suggestions but not seeing how death row works. They're not really too sure exactly what, how to change things. So basically we're leaving it as is. There will be one change, and that's that originally I was going to put a library in, but we can't have that because I haven't got anywhere to teach the prisoners, because basically if you have a library you need to do the foundation education qualification, or rather to have any workers in there you need to have foundation education qualification, which we won't be doing because we don't have a classroom. We might implement a classroom at some point, but we'll see how it goes. It will be a case of let's see how it goes. This is pretty much about incarceration rather than rehabilitation. So what we need to do is get on with some building. So I'm going to go foundations and then building concrete, because I think that's going to look the best. And then what we need to do is build this building right back here. I'm going to pause it for a moment while the workers are cracking on with their tasks, and I've already messed it up somewhat because it's going to be a really, really stupid size here. That one goes there, then that bit goes there. And yeah, I think that's about right. There we go. And then what I'll do, I will go to our objects and then to a large jail door, which we'll put in there, and then in there, and then I will probably put a couple of doors in here. These are where we're going to have some sort of visitation and such, and we will leave that there. Yes, we'll leave it there. We'll put a jail door in, I think. Probably. See, the problem with the jail door, I've put a staff door in the main entrance. Weirdly, is going to be a staff door to the prison. The main problem is that to get in this area here, this is going to be our searching area. Basically, we'll be searching people. The reception, they'll come in there and then we'll search them, make sure they've got no contraband, then we'll send them out. But our deliveries is here, right? So our deliveries, we don't really want. We want free access. We want easy access for the cooks and chefs and stuff, and basically the workers who need to get there. But if we have it as a jail door, they won't be able to get easy access. So we'll have to work something out. What I might do is make a section here which is staff only, so they can't go through. Basically, so prisoners don't blitz out. But we'll see what happens. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it, and hopefully the prisoners sort of won't escape. Right. So we have a little bit of wall to put in. Let me just go to our concrete wall and then put it in like so. And then that should, if I then put a... Oh, it's dark, you can't see anything. Put a door there. That should, if I just finish this bottom bit as well, get the entire entire facility is secured, but will it do that? I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, let's just go to our utilities and then to the water pumping station and shove this in quickly. Then the power station, like so, and then capacitors on the top there. Not going to build any more than that, we don't need to do that. Then I need to go to our materials and then to concrete and then shove in a lot of concrete around here. This is going to be the office for the warden and such. I'm going to get that done first because then it gives me more grants and such, and it just allows me to progress on a little bit faster. And as you can see, most of these walls are going to be removing the lights, which is always annoying, but we'll see what happens. And apparently the loudest motorbike in the world is passing my house. Don't know if you can hear that. Either way, it was loud, trust me. Right, let's just finish this bit off. That is... I've forgot already what these buildings are. It's actually been 2 days since I'm recording this, probably about 2 or 3 hours before you see this episode. Literally, you know, the afternoon before this video goes live, this is getting recorded. So, just to, you know, make sure I've got all the feedback that I can. But, slight problem is that, I forgot what most of these rooms actually are, so we'll see what happens with this one. There we go. I know that a lot of these, I know that's storage, so I'm actually going to change that as such. We'll go to rooms and then storage, but I will make some mistakes on placing these. There we are. There's that all that put in, and there's all that put in. There's that all put in. That's a sentence. It's not a functional sentence, but you know. Right, let's run some power lines right down the middle there. We'll make sure that this water pump is powered up by putting a capacitor there because it's just easy to do. And then we need to go to our rooms and then to office. We'll clicky clicky draggy make that an office. This obviously will be the warden's office, so we'll put his desk about there, chair right behind it. And then we can have some filing cabinets either side. Little bit of a wastage there, but you know, it's alright, that's fine. And then we can go to staff and then warden and hire one warden. There we go. So that's all fine. We now have an warden, and it means we now have access to bureaucracy. So we're going to go for finance straight away. That's what you need. And there's a new addition that I really forgot to mention this in the last episode when I went through the additions of the alpha. Legal is now in, so there's now a lawyer. So you hire a lawyer, and then what you can do with that lawyer is actually put permanent punishments, so you can say permanently locked away in the cell, okay? You can get these small cells, which they require a certain amount of space to fit legal regulations, but basically you can cram them more in. So the room size of minimum of 2x3 is removed, so you can actually have a 2x2 cell. I guess you could actually go with like an L-shaped cell, which would be the smallest cell you can actually manage. And some people said we should do that for this cell block up here. I'm not sold on it myself. What I might do in the next alpha series is I will probably do that. I will actually make a very, very, very small sort of a very cramped prison. So, and you know, we'll go for how many prisoners can we actually get in. That'll be the objective for the alpha, but we'll see how it goes. For the moment, I'm not going to do that. Right, let's go for the water pipe, and we're going to run it straight along here and then up into that area there. It's just easier running it straight across. So we need to get our basic detention center up and running, so I need a couple of things. First things first, need a kitchen and a canteen, so that's pretty easy to do actually. We can simply go to our rooms and then to our canteen and then make all of that a canteen. Kitchen is very similar, it is just that's fine. Then I just want to put a staff door on a couple of these areas here, like that one there, I think, yeah, like so. I also want to go to materials, concrete, and just put some concrete in there just to put this like little section for the metal detectors in. Right, there we go. Fine. This will be a staff room, and this will be, I think it was like a security area where we can monitor people, but I'm not entirely sure. As I said, I forgot most of these bloody rooms. What we could do is actually change that and have an entrance there and have that as a classroom, but I don't know. What I'm going to do is just I'm going to build the things I need, and then we'll see how it goes. So far, doing alright. I do need a reception. That's one of the things that we really wanted to put in here. So there we are, there's a reception. Now, reception requires an office desk, a table, and a chair. So we'll put an office desk in here, in that corner, as if they're coming in, and they could have a little chat with the person behind it. A chair, which we'll put, again, right in the corner. And then some tables, which we'll put tables, probably lining that wall, I think, is probably the best option. Like that. Yeah, just line the walls like that. And we'll put a bin in between it, so if they've got anything that we don't want them to have, they just go straight in the wheelie bin. That's interesting. It's a different one, isn't it? Right, so there's all that getting placed, and then we need to get... Oh, what do we need to get? Well, let's get the kitchen up and running. So I didn't plan it out last time because, well, we were just running out of time, really. 1, 2, 3 cookers in each side. That's 6 cookers in total. Job done. So we'll put them in there. Although I do have to double check my maths because I got it completely wrong in the last episode. Let's put 2 freezers in, and then we also need to put some serving tables in here while I remember. So I'll just shove them in like so. And we'll put some sinks in as well, which can go on either side, and then we'll unpause that. That should do that nicely. We'll just plumb them in. That should be all that sorted. The rest should be powered up, no problem at all. And then we need to just quickly jump to our objects and put some tables and chairs in. That's in the wrong place, so I'll cancel all them. I will... actually, I'm not going to put... I was going to say I'll put them all in, but we'll see. Don't think so. We'll put them in like that. Right, there's that sorted. And that is now an official canteen. What I'm trying to do is get these grants done because that's very, very important. So we need to go back to rooms and then to office because we do have one of this grant. Damn it, that's wrong. Keep placing it. It goes a little bit too far. There we are. So we need to put in the... I was going to call him the secretary because that's sort of what I've been saying a lot of this... like a long time. We've been saying it quite a lot that what we do is we have this sort of accountant's office here, which is sort of half accountant, half sort of secretary. Right, we'll put the accountant in like there, and we will then... Do we get land expansion or any other grants? I don't think we need any of that, but we do need maintenance and legal. That's one thing that I didn't really think of. I haven't got an office for the legal team. I haven't got one for... Why is that? It says we haven't got a chair. Pretty sure I ordered a chair in this one. Chair. There we go. Right, yeah, we haven't got an office for the... damn it. Yeah, we haven't got an office for the accountant. Sorry, we've got an office for the accountant, but not for the lawyer. So I'm going to have to split one of these rooms off and have it as a lawyer. So we'll get to that later. I don't really need it at the moment. We've got that grant sorted, so I'm going to get a... Education reform, that's a quite good grant. Staff well-being, short-term investments, always good. We'll go for a health and well-being because that's easy to get. And then we'll get our extra grant unlocked, and we'll start going for health because we need to do that, and also for psychology and basically everything. We need all of these sort of things in, and there we go. There's the warden with a lot of research to do. Crack on with that. A lot of bureaucracy. Get on that telephone and sort it all out. Right. So, in order to do the legal stuff, we need to place some buildings down the back here. So it will be fairly large, but actually we'll cancel that. Fairly large building. In fact, all of that is the building, really. In fact, all of these are buildings as well, but it's going to be a little bit difficult to do it all in one go. In fact, that's the main building at the back, which would, yeah, I don't think I'd be able to afford that, so we're not going to bother with it. Let's get this one done as well, because this is where we're going to have medical ward and such, I believe. So, as I said, if memory is correct, you know, if memory serves, but which it never does, to be honest with you. Right, so all of the basics put in, or a lot of the basics put in. We don't have this set as a chapel, so I will designate that as a chapel. There we go, and then we'll go for visitation, and we'll designate all that as visitation. There we go, and then this room here was going to be the parole room. But I don't know. That was going to be common room, then that was parole. But we'll see. What I might do is make this thing staff only. And actually, I could put reception as staff only because I think they're still going there. Or I'm not sure, actually. What I'd like is like a no entry signs. That no entry signs would be amazing. Currently, the way the game works is you can designate areas as, say, you know, this is staff only, or this is only for this type of prisoner, or whatever. But either way, that motorbike is really starting to piss me off. I don't know if you can hear that, but there's someone going up and down on my road on a motorbike constantly. Anyway, I hope they fall off and die. I don't mean that. I'm just venting here. But, you know, if they actually, you know, did just graze the knee a little bit, then that would be fine with me. Right. That's going to come up as evidence at some point, isn't it? Right. Okay. So, back to what I was on about. The way it works is that you designate an area as, say, you know, no prisoners allowed, staff only, whatever. But they can still be escorted through that area. It would be nice if there was like a no entry sign. So you put it there. They were not allowed to go that way into there, which means that if you only have one entrance to a room, you could effectively make it staff only. But it also means that. You know, if that's, say, staff only, the prisoners can come in here, because there's no entry sign there. They can come in here, and then they can happily walk out, just not back through it. That would be a good thing. Anyway, so, looks like we have all of the rooms here sorted, so we're just going to run a bit of electrical cable up through it, like that. That should do it quite nicely. Obviously, all of these are separate rooms, so we need to probably sort it out. Yeah, it's all separate rooms. So, I need to place some furniture in here. I think we're going to go to a concrete wall. We'll put the concrete wall in. And then we will put a door at the back. And then a staff door in here. And this is going to be the medical centre. Now, originally this was the library, I believe, and then this was like a spare room that I didn't have any use for. Obviously, you want to change that because I want this as the morgue. So, actually, one, two, three, four. I actually want the door there. I want to move the door a little bit, so we'll dismantle that because I need to make the morgue a little bit bigger. I have a feeling that this is one of the prisons where we will actually have to have a not reasonable-sized morgue, but we will have to have some sort of you know, decent capacity morgue. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll put it there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then what we'll do, we'll shove the wall in there, I think, and then we'll put the wall at the back, and this will be the morgue down the bottom end. There we are, and obviously this is going for the grant completion as well. So we're still going for the infirmary placement about there. The guides are a little bit wrong. Yeah, that's about right. Fine. And we will actually go to planning, and we'll remove some of the planning here because obviously it's no longer accurate, but that will do us quite nicely. These are obviously going to be walkways and such. I should really sort that out at some point. I'm not even going to promise at this point that I will get all of the paving put in first, because I always say that, and I pretty much it's just a lie, isn't it? We know for a fact that pretty much it's not going to happen. So yeah. Anyway, where can we put these? We can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can have 6 there, or we can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically, we are going to have slabs right down the bottom there. I'm only going to place the one just to get that grant done. We need to hire 2 doctors and a psychologist, so we will go for, well, both of them, I guess. That's one thing I have forgot about as well. Psychologist office. What I'll probably do then is make What I'll probably do is delete this wall then and move stuff down. Urgh. Okay, I'm actually going to have to do that now, aren't I? That's a little bit of an annoyance. But anyway, we'll demolish walls. We'll demolish them walls there. Then we can go to that door and we can dismantle that. The reason I'm doing that is because I can then go for a concrete wall, put the concrete wall in like so, and then run it down to about there. And then that would make it 4x4, which is obviously standard office size. There we are. And then we can go back to a staff door, which can go there, and then another staff door either side. And then this is still the morgue, and it means that I can then go back to our rooms and then put an office in, undesignate all of that because we don't need it. Back to an office. There we go. Is that dog actually going to be placed? Yes, it is actually ordered, so that's fine. And then we can just put a couple of chairs in this place like so. And obviously it's standard office procedure. There we are. Right, so that is an office, and we can go to staff and get ourselves some staff in a moment. I just want to finish off the rooms first. I just want to cancel that little bit of infirmary designation. Morgue obviously we'll sort out as well, but that's actually a better design than what it was originally. This bit down the bottom is still going to be the laundry, so you know, just reminding you that that actually is the case. Right, so we need to get a psychologist. They are still researching that. They're going for legal first, and then it's going to be psychologist. So I'm not going to hire anyone just yet, because as soon as I hire someone, it will give us, yeah, there'll be some problems, won't it? Because it will, well, we'll start paying for them, so there's no real point. I just need to go to reports here and go to our regime, and what we'll do, we'll just change all this to free time. There we go. And what that'll do, it'll just, you know, we won't be buying anything for like potatoes for the freezer and things like that. I don't think it does anyway, but it's just to make sure. Right, we can get another grant as well. We can go for education reform program, which, yeah, we're never going to do. So we'll go for a short-term investment because, yeah, it's always good. It's short-term and it gives us a little bit of money. So 2 doctors, hire a psychologist. That's okay. 9 grand in the kitty. So that's enough to build nothing, really. So we need to get this basic detention centre grant, which will then allow us to get the cell block A, which is obviously gives us 20 grand, and then 20 grand on completion, which is enough to build that entire area there. Obviously, the next grant, cell block B, is actually 60... sorry, I think you get 30 and 30. Do you get 30 and 30, cell block B? It's hidden, so I can't see it. Cell block A, you get 20 grand, then another 20 grand. That's raised prisoner capacity to 50, and the next one is increased prisoner capacity to 50, which we won't get because we're only going to have 40 prisoners. Now 40, 6, 49 prisoners, typical. We're going to have 49 cells in this place. Yeah, we might build a separate cell just to get that grant done, you know, just to be a bit cheeky, bit naughty. Right, so we're going to go to staff. There's a psychologist, there's a doctor, 1, 2, there's that grant completed, and then what I'll do, I'll sack both doctors, and actually, do I want to sack both doctors? Doctors 100 per day means 10 days of building, that's worth it. Psychologist means 5 days. You know what, it's neither here nor there, we're going to keep them like that. So, I think we will leave it there, because I need to get a little bit more money in order for me to crack on with some of this stuff. So, we'll leave it there. That's only a completion bonus of 10 grand. Yeah, 10 grand. Go for a long-term investment, I think. Yeah, so, next episode, we need to build holding cell, shower, get a couple of guards, couple of cooks, and that should allow us to continue building. As always, comments in the comments. We will probably be getting prisoners next episode, but we'll see how it goes. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.